Alright, so what's up, Diamond Mobbers? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been an entire year, if I'm not mistaken, since the last time I dropped a video for you guys. I would love to say that it was for nothing, but it's going to be me talking to you about everything that I wanted to say to you guys in 2023. So basically, if you see me looking down, I have my other phone here. But basically what I wanted to do today was I wanted to give a rundown of what the ending of 2022 and all of 2023, what was it about? As some people would love to say, they call it tea. I don't know if you'd call it some tea. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But I just have everything that I need you guys to know. So please remember to be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you go check us out in the bio. Check out all of our social medias. So the first question that I wrote myself was, girl, what happened in 2023? So in order for me to give you the first half of what happened in 2023, I got to give you a little bit of what happened in the ending of 2022. So what happened was in 2022, the ending of that glorious year. It was a good year for me. Had just moved into a nice, beautiful apartment as I am in now. What happened was I got sick at the end of 2022. Going into 2023, I had some form of tonsillitis. A week, I kind of tried to do the home remedies, the old school remedies, you know, gargling my mouth and my throat out with warm, salty water. And, you know, just trying to take more of the herbalistic route. But things didn't really exactly, you know, pan out the way that I wanted to. So I ended up going to the hospital a week later to, you know, get a checkup, let them know, hey, this is what's going on. I can't drink. I can't really sleep. My throat was it was in terrible shape. Like, it was in so much pain. So they wind up giving me a steroid shot. And because they wound up giving me a steroid shot, that steroid shot ended up sending my body into overdrive. And long story short, it sent my blood sugar through the roof. And so because it sent my blood sugar through the roof, there was another week involved in that I did not go to the hospital, but that I decided, I'm like, okay, this must be the effects of the shot. Didn't think too much about it, but it was just really bad for my body. So I ended up in the hospital for a week in ICU. They had to monitor blood sugar, take my blood around the clock, get me put on insulin, things of that nature. Like, it really was just, it was just really bad. And so, most of 2023, after I got out of the hospital, by the way, I got out of the hospital almost a week before my birthday. So I was in the hospital for a week, a whole entire week. I don't remember the days exactly, but it was a week before my birthday I was in the hospital. And then that following week, when I finally was able to be out of the hospital, I went and spent that following week at my grandmother's house so she can, you know, be a little bit more attentive to me. I wasn't going to be able to fully wash myself. I had to regain, you know, the activities of my legs because I had been down so bad. I had to pretty much learn how to walk all over again. So it was not an easy experience. And for the first half of 2023, I say from January, February, March, April, up until May, I was regaining mobility, getting my body accustomed to insulin, things of that nature. Lord, I'm still not accustomed to it. I absolutely hate it, but I went through that. Also, just really trying to focus on me at that time, because, you know, being in the hospital, your mental health is just not going. Look, being in the hospital will affect your mental health. It's a lot of stories that I had in that one hospital week. In that one stay, I had a lot that I went through, and that'll be, you know, a part of another video. But that's what happened from the end of 2022 to the beginning parts of the majority of the half part of 2023 was dedicated to my health. Now, let's go ahead and take a step further. What I'm recording on today was also an issue. After my body started getting better, I started feeling like, hey, I got that mojo back. I'm ready to get back to content creating. I'm ready to go ahead and get back active in my business. I suffered. Diamond Society Cosmetics definitely suffered because my health suffered, my mental health suffered. I was just not in good standing to do anything. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just get back in the ball. Lo and behold, by that point, which is the phone that I have now, I have a new one. I have a new phone, but this one right here was what I normally did most of my content creation on. I would do my videos, do my content for Diamond Society Cosmetics, do it for anything I was doing was pretty much everything on my phone and my computer. My microphone was shot, so I could not really record, and that was something that really played a big part on why I didn't really get to create any content, because I can't stand a messed up microphone. I can't stand a messed up camera. I just can't stand these things. So for me, I could not really do what I wanted to do. My microphone, and you know, sometimes in regards to content, you have to do voiceovers, you have to do videos that you talk in, you know, like I'm doing now. It takes a lot to go into content creation, especially if you're an entrepreneur, and I am, and I couldn't do anything. My microphone was shot. It was just terrible. It was shot in video. It was shot on, you know, when I'm making phone calls to my mother, all of the above. Like, I'm just not able to do any of that. So the rest of 2023 was devoted to me like, okay, I gotta find a means of recording again. 2023 for my business, Diamond Society Cosmetics, was not a great year. I had no time to properly market. I didn't have any time to interact, network with people like I normally try to do collaborations, try to send lashes out, try to really, like, you know, do what I've been doing. And, you know, I thought before I found out my phone and my microphone and everything that I was doing was just messed up, I was preparing myself to get back into the life of an entrepreneur. I was prepared to pretty much, you know, just get back into it. One thing as an entrepreneur, you cannot have too much downtime, because once you have too much downtime, the truth of the matter is, for me, it totally makes me feel like I'm not doing anything. Too much downtime for me is not good. One of the main questions I had asked myself was exactly why did it fail? Like I said, it failed because, for one, I could not fully give myself, I could not fully invest my time and money and efforts into the business. I was too busy focused on trying to get my mobility back. I was too busy focused on trying to make sure my eating habits had gotten better. I was just going down many different holes, going through many different things. And I'm like, okay, I can't focus on my business today, because if I do, I gotta be able to give it 110% of my all, and I just couldn't do it. And it led me to my next one. I said, what are my goals for 2024? And apart from getting me a new cell phone or a new camera, and, you know, possibly moving, or, you know, other things, my biggest goal in 2024 is that I want to completely invest in myself, in my time, in my entrepreneurship journey. Do I want to continue my business? And I even had made a post on our business page, Diamond Society Cosmetics, on Instagram, that I thought about closing the business down. I had a lot of thoughts about that last year. I'm like, dang, maybe I need to just close it. Maybe I need to just completely start over, just start anew with the business, with the brand, and just kind of move on. And I said, instead of closing it down permanently, what I'll do is I'll temporarily close it. So I let the website go. I let my domain name go. And I just was like, I'm just gonna take my time right now to really get my mind together. Like I said, being in the hospital, being sick, I was on the borderline of death. So for me, at that time, I was more so thinking about what will the future hold for me if I do make it, if that makes sense. The last questions that I asked myself, and I'm like, hey, I have a lot that I want to say in 2024. I have a lot I want to say in 2024. It's a lot I want to do in 2024. It's a lot I want to achieve in 2024. And I think the question is do I feel hopeful enough that it will happen? And I ask myself, am I optimistic of the future? And I do believe that I am optimistic now. Last year, I was not optimistic. Last year, like I said, I was coming from being being in ICU for a week. So me being in ICU for a week, I didn't know if I was going to live or die, which is the total truth. I had no actual clue if I was going to make it out that hospital that week. And then when I made it out, I didn't know if I was going to make it out that year. People die every day, unfortunately, and I didn't know if I was going to be one of those. So for me, I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I guess I had to stew in my own thought and marinate in my own self and kind of pull things together for myself up here and in here. And I needed my mind and my heart to align with what I wanted to do. And so I said 2024, I need this year to be about Joelle. I need it to be about my business, and I need it to be about me growing, not just as a person, but as an entrepreneur. I have so much to learn. Entrepreneurship, I've heard from the best of them. I heard a man say, I don't know the clip, it was on TikTok, but making your first 100,000 is the hardest. That's what he said. And then he said, once you learn how to make that 100,000, the other money comes easy because you know how to make it. And that is the biggest part of the entrepreneur journey for me. I know how to get sales. I've sold out. I've done things, but when you kind of fall back and you start second guessing yourself and questioning yourself, it's like, okay, what are you doing? You're messing up your opportunity because you're getting it here. And a part of the issue is I was good at being a perfectionist. I am a perfectionist with some things that sometimes is just like, I will take forever sometimes in a certain situation. And be like, I gotta be perfect, Then it'd be like, but it's never gonna be perfect. Nothing we do in this world will ever be 138,010.2 to the decimal, whatever. It'll never be perfect. It's not gonna be 100% perfect. You're gonna always have room for improvement. And that's something I needed to kind of learn for myself last year. I learned that about myself. My perfectionism was turning into procrastination because I wanted it to be perfect. And the more it felt like it was not perfect, the more I was like, well, okay, I don't need to start that. And so that's what kind of happened. I missed a little bit of my opportunity. Like I said, when I first started trying to, get back to doing my thing, it was like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because when I finally decided, hey, it's time to get back to business, it's time to get back to work, now I find out my phone is messed up, and it's like, okay, now here's another thing now, because you know me, I'm not finna get on camera with no weird audio. I'm not gonna get on camera, and I don't feel like it looks good. It has to look good. It has to sound good. So I just started kind of being a little hard on myself with those type of things. And I'm like, that's not good. That's terrible. And so, like I said, 2023 was not just about health for my body. It was about my mental health. I had to get my mind right. So I stopped posting about our products, lashes. I stopped posting about things that I wanted to do. I stopped posting about a lot of things. And it's like then my mind started to shift and change a lot more. And I'm like, okay, I got to really get into this thing. I got to really do my thing. So with that being said, those are the 5 questions that I asked myself. But I said this year I'm going to ask myself more questions because I want to make sure that I'm aware of what I'm feeling, and I'm aware of what I'm doing, and I'm aware of my goals, and I'm aware that I'm headed towards the future. That's the point. I just celebrated my 28th birthday. Yes, I'm getting up there. I'm 28 years old, and I'm serious. I'm curious to see what 28 be good to me. Please don't act crazy. 28, you better be good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.